Well, thanks everybody for coming out on a Thursday evening, and thank you, Pay and Weather Words, for letting me read. So we're descending back into dark. So I'm glad we had a comedic piece before that. All right, this is called The New Toy. I walk outside, my pointer finger grasping the brass knob of the front door. It's warm, and see the orange-red fingers of descending dusk. There are swaths of threaded gray and purple, too, amongst the cumulus clouds. I'm at my house on Palomares Street in Ventura, California, an hour north of Los Angeles. The year is 1986. I'm 8 years old. I feel the hammering of my heart, rumbling of my stomach, lurching from some unknown fear. How could I have known my mouth would soon be bitter with the taste of steel? I stalked forward across our brown grass yard, seeing my father's royal blue VW Bug, the car he's had for 20 years. The windows are streaked with dust, the oil spot beneath it. I've memorized the click of the engine cooling in the late dusk. Up the street, at the bottom of the Sampsons driveway, where my best friend Craig lives, I stop, stare up at their big craftsman home, the towering red brick chimney, the concrete path leading to the blood-red door, the bougainvillea bushes, birds of paradise, and white lotus. Craig and I are best friends, the same age we'd grown up together, building forts, skateboarding, watching Top Gun when it first came out. The image of Craig's father, a cardiologist, running after Craig and I with his hollowed-out wild boarheads, chasing us, snapped through my mind like some camera flicking from one picture to the next. Lawrence was an avid hunter. He loved smashing nature's beauty, harnessing power, control. When he caught you wearing that wild boarhead as if some terrifying African-like mask, he'd lift you up, letting the mask fall, whip your pants down, and spank your ass until it was red. Up the driveway I hike, like some backpacker, some climber slowly ascending Everest. At the top, the driveway straightens out. A burgundy-colored Mercedes-Benz sits there, the small triangular insignia jutting up, a mini Eiffel Tower. In back, now behind the main house, there's the sprawling, lush green lawn, the hot tub, the barranca beyond, where Craig and I pretend for hours that we're being chased brutally by boar. I reach the back door. I touch the bright gold knob, so perfect and new-looking compared to ours. The knob is cold to the touch. I twist the knob all the way to the right, push the door open, enter the house. I see the back of Craig's head, his curly dark hair, thick and menacing. Hearing the noise, he turns around. A sinister smile is spread on his face. At first, I don't realize the object in his hand. His blue eyes you can nearly see through. His favorite yellow sweater, threads dangling, he says, "Want to see my new toy?" This is where my heart clicks up a notch. The breaths come out fast, shallow. I look down, see the thing in his hand, big, shiny, silver. It's clear the moment I spot it that it's a gun. Not like the others he's shown me before, his father's boar hunting rifles. This is a heavy-looking handgun. His small palm is gripping it so hard, his knuckles are ghost white. "Craig," I stammer. "Stand back by the door," he says. "Craig," I repeat. My voice sounds timid. "I said," he says, lifting his arm, pointing the gun directly at me. "Stand back by the door." My heart starts pounding. I lift my hands in some pathetic type of defense, as if this could hold off the ensuing bullets. Craig takes a step toward me. I take a step back. He forward, me back. We do this dangerous dance until my spine is against the door. He's about 5 feet away. The house is silent, though the internal noises, screaming in my ears, are like a tornado. Craig closes the gap between us. His thin, freckled arm is held taut like a twig, the gun aimed right between my eyes. His eyes are now reminiscent of some tiger sharks, lifeless. It's as if he's mentally descended into the depths of some chasm in the deepest part of the ocean. The gun is an inch from my head. He uses his thumb to unhook the safety, and then he cocks the hammer back. It is ready to fire. I am ready to explode, internally combust, splat against the door, dead, blood sprayed everywhere. "Open your mouth," Craig says. His arm is trembling. "Craig," I say, not certain I'd said it out loud. My stomach lurches again. My legs are unsteady beneath me. No sudden movements. "Shut up," he says. his voice catching on a jagged line, sounding emotional. Open your mouth. Gulping, I open my mouth as if Mr. Saunders, my dentist, is going to shove his latex-gloved hand, slick with my saliva, down into it. Craig inserts the barrel of the gun into my mouth. It rests on my lower teeth, thick, heavy steel. It is cold, like the doorknob. I breathe slowly. Craig's eyes, like some feral rabbit, begin to fill, and soon tears are arrowing down his face. His finger gets into position, wrapped around the trigger. The finger is shaking. What in the hell? Lawrence's deep voice punctures the pregnant, tense moment. In one swift move, Craig removes his finger from the trigger and lowers the gun. In a quick gash, he slams the safety on and hides the gun behind his back. Then there's Lawrence, thick, hairy arms at his waist, wearing his starched white doctor's uniform, a silver stethoscope hanging around his neck. His black beard is trimmed, those old, serious blue eyes, stoic. Craig's eyes, but more seasoned, more deadly. What's going on here? He repeats, arms at his waist like wings. Craig mutters, nothing. Michael? Lawrence says, his voice echoing in my head, bouncing around my skull like some beach ball. Are you okay? It takes a moment for me to register reality, come back into my skin. I nod. Yes, Mr. Sampson, everything is fine. I turn, rip the door open, and sprint out, huffing it along the side of the house. Behind me, I hear Craig's confused, desperate voice, pleading with me to wait. But I don't wait. I cross the lush green lawn, hurtle past the Mercedes on the driveway, and run for my goddamn life.